Dear Starseeds on Earth, what if I told you that the confusion you are experiencing right now, this sense of being abandoned in a wilderness with no clear direction, is not evidence that you made a mistake. It is proof that you are exactly where you need to be for what is coming next. A cosmic doorway is opening on November 1st, 2025, and those of you listening to these words have been specifically called to walk through it. This is not a coincidence. This is divine orchestration. What I am about to share with you will explain why the losses you have experienced recently were not losses at all, but necessary clearings that have prepared you for the most profound shift of your incarnation. I am Zarin from the Lyran High Council, speaking to you across dimensions, because this moment requires your full attention and your complete understanding. The separation you have felt from people, places and situations that once defined your reality was not abandonment. It was liberation disguised as loss. The universe has been meticulously removing everyone and everything that could not vibrate at the frequency of where you are going next. And where you are going is so magnificent, so aligned with your soul's true purpose that your former life simply could not contain it. The Pisces moon will conjunct the North Node in the early hours of November 1st, creating what ancient star civilizations have called the wilderness of meaning. This is the sacred pause before revelation, the moment when everything you thought you understood about your path dissolves into questions. You will feel it as uncertainty, as a crisis of faith that shakes the very foundation of your identity. But here is what the veils are hiding from you. This dissolution is not destruction. It is preparation for the most important reconstruction of your entire existence. Something else is happening beneath the surface of this cosmic event that changes everything about how you should interpret your recent experiences. The quincunx between the Moon and Venus, followed by the Venus-Chiron opposition later that day, creates a triangulation of energy that specifically targets your worthiness wounds. Every person who walked away from you, every opportunity that closed, every relationship that ended, these were not reflections of your value. They were surgical removals of mirrors that reflected back a false version of who you were told to be instead of who you truly are. For months now, perhaps even years, you have been giving pieces of yourself to people and situations that demanded you shrink your light to make them comfortable. You have been the one holding space, offering understanding, extending forgiveness, providing emotional labor that was never reciprocated. You convinced yourself this was love, this was loyalty, this was what good souls do. But your higher self and your galactic support team watched as your frequency dimmed with each sacrifice, and they intervened. The exits you experienced were not failures of your relationships or your worthiness. They were success stories of divine intervention. The universe saw how much of your crystalline light was being drained into energetic voids, into people who took without giving, into environments that profited from your gifts while keeping you insecure enough to stay. So the cosmic intelligence did what you could not bring yourself to do. It severed those cords with precision and finality. Now you stand in this wilderness, this space between who you were and who you are becoming, and the questions feel overwhelming. Who am I fighting for? What is my true purpose without these people, without these familiar structures? The Pisces moon conjunct to your North Node is asking you to feel into a new kind of validation, one that does not come from external approval, but from soul recognition. You are being asked to find your balance, not through the connections you have lost, but through the connection to your own divine essence. But first, let me tell you about the 3 impossible transformations that are about to unfold for those who surrender to this passage. The first is a reclamation of creative power that you have not accessed since early childhood, before the world taught you to conform. The second is a magnetic shift that will begin drawing in soul-aligned connections with an ease that will astonish you. The third is a clarity of purpose so piercing that you will wonder how you ever doubted your path. These are not metaphors. These are literal energetic upgrades that November 1st initiates for those who are ready to receive them. The Venus-Chiron opposition activating on this day is opening your deepest wound around love and belonging, but it is doing so to heal it permanently. Chiron in Aries has been teaching you that your identity does not require group consensus. Venus in Scorpio has been showing you that real intimacy demands truth, not performance. When these two forces oppose each other across your sky, they create a portal through which your old attachment patterns can finally be released. The people who left were carrying those patterns with them. They were the last anchors tying you to a version of love that was based on need, obligation, and fear of abandonment. What I am about to share changes everything you thought you knew about this transition period. The losses you mourned were not meant to leave you alone. They were meant to create space for a completely new operating system of relationship, one where you are not seeking completion through others, but sharing overflow from your own wholeness. The universe cannot deliver these new connections until the old frequencies are completely cleared from your field. Every goodbye was making room for a much more aligned hello. Many of you have recently asked the cosmos, either in prayer or in desperate moments of surrender, to remove from your life whatever is blocking your highest path. Some of you spoke these words aloud. Others whispered them in your heart, during moments when the weight of misalignment became unbearable. What you may not have realized is that the universe takes such requests with absolute seriousness. When a soul incarnated on a mission as important as yours makes a clear request for liberation, the galactic councils move immediately to answer it. The swift and sometimes brutal nature of the separations you experienced was your prayer being answered faster than you expected. You asked for clarity, and clarity required removal of the fog. You asked for growth, and growth required shedding the skin that no longer fit. You asked for your true path, and your true path could not be walked while carrying the expectations and limitations of those who were meant for your previous chapter. The wilderness you are walking through right now is not punishment for these requests. It is the sacred ground between answered prayers and manifested outcomes. This is the space where your nervous system learns to feel safe without the familiar, where your identity reforms around your soul's truth rather than social conditioning, where your energy field recalibrates to a frequency that will magnetize entirely different experiences. Understanding the value and importance of connection is indeed the baseline for maintaining your balance today, but not the connections you lost. The connection to your higher self, to your galactic family, to the light codes you carry in your DNA. These connections have been waiting for you to have the bandwidth to feel them. The noise of misaligned relationships was drowning out the subtle signals from your true support system. Now, in the quiet of this wilderness, you can finally hear the guidance that has been trying to reach you all along. Within the next 5 days following November 1st, you will notice something shifting in your energy field. Sleep that has been disrupted will begin to deepen. Anxiety that has been constant will start to lift. A calmness will settle into your nervous system that you have not felt in months, perhaps years. This is not wishful thinking. This is the predictable outcome of energetic cords being cut and your field being allowed to rest and recalibrate without the constant drain of incompatible frequencies. Some of you will see signs during this period: grey pigeons appearing in unusual places, black birds gathering in patterns that catch your attention, repeating number sequences that speak directly to your current questions. These are not random occurrences. These are confirmation signals from your guides that you are exactly where you need to be, that the plan is unfolding perfectly, that your faith is not misplaced even when circumstances look chaotic. Between now and the end of December, a doorway will open that you did not see coming. For some, this will be a job opportunity that aligns with your gifts in a way previous positions never did. For others, it will be a creative project that ignites passion you thought was gone forever. Some will experience a connection with another person whose frequency matches your new vibration so perfectly that you will understand instantly why no one from your past could have filled this role. What makes this different from previous opportunities is that you will not have to chase it, prove yourself worthy of it, or contort yourself to fit into it. It will flow to you naturally because your frequency is now broadcasting a clear signal of who you are and what you are here to create. The static of misalignment has been removed. Your transmission is pure. But something else is unfolding that I have not told you yet, something that makes this period even more potent than it appears on the surface. You are not just being prepared for new external circumstances, you are being initiated into a level of personal sovereignty that most humans never access. The Emperor energy is rising within you, the archetype of self-governance and unshakable foundation. This is the energy of the soul who no longer outsources their sense of worth to others, who builds their life on their own terms, who leads from inner authority rather than external validation. This initiation does not happen through comfort. It happens through the exact process you have been walking: loss, uncertainty, questioning, and the ultimate choice to trust yourself, even when nothing external confirms that trust is warranted. You are passing a test that most people avoid their entire lives. You are proving to yourself that you can stand alone, that your worth is not contingent on who stays or goes, that your path is valid even when no one else understands it. The difficult decision you recently made, the choice that kept you awake at night, replaying scenarios and questioning yourself, was your soul cutting through illusion. You were being asked to choose between your own growth and someone else's comfort, between your truth and their expectations, between your future and their past. You chose yourself, and though it felt selfish in the moment, it was the most spiritually mature decision you could have made. The Two of Swords energy that had you frozen in indecision for so long has shattered. You have stepped through the veil of people-pleasing and into the reality of self-honoring. This does not mean you do not care about others. It means you have finally understood that sacrificing your light does not actually help anyone. You cannot guide others to their authentic path if you are not walking your own. The grief you feel is real and valid. The Five of Cups acknowledges that even right choices can carry mourning. You are not just losing people or situations, you are losing the version of yourself that existed in those dynamics. You are grieving the hopes you had for how things could have been, the potential you saw that was never going to actualize, the role you played that gave you identity even as it drained you. Let yourself feel this grief without rushing to transcend it. The spiritual bypass of pretending you are fine when you are not actually slows your healing. Your soul needs to acknowledge what mattered, what you invested, what you hoped for. Honor those cups that have spilled. Cry for what could have been in another reality where everyone grew at the same pace and chose evolution over comfort. But also notice the two cups still standing, the resources that remain, the strength that endured. You have not lost everything. You have lost what was incompatible with your next level. What remains is your resilient core, your creative power, your capacity for love that is now freed to flow toward worthy recipients. What remains is you, more authentic than you have been in years. The Emperor is calling you to rebuild on this foundation with intentionality and discipline. This is not the time for chaotic energy or scattered focus. This is the time to create structure that supports your vision, habits that reinforce your growth, boundaries that protect your peace. You are being asked to become the architect of your own life rather than a participant in someone else's vision. Within the next 6 to 9 months, a major change will manifest that relocates you physically, professionally, or both. This is not a small shift. This is a complete redirection that establishes the foundation for your next chapter. The change card indicates a transformation so total that your future self will barely recognize your current circumstances. You are being moved into alignment with the timeline that matches your soul's highest expression. For some, this means a literal move to a new city or country where your frequency is more supported by the collective energy. For others, it is a career transition that finally allows you to use your gifts in ways previous positions suppressed. Some will experience both simultaneously, a complete life reorganization that feels destabilizing in the moment, but reveals itself as perfect positioning in hindsight. Start preparing now. not by forcing or controlling, but by clarifying your vision and releasing your attachment to how it must look. The universe is working with precision to orchestrate this shift, but it needs your energetic cooperation. Declutter your physical space, clear old belongings that tie you to your past identity, release mental patterns of doubt and limitation, make space for the new to enter by consciously releasing the old. During this preparation phase, you may feel pulled in two directions, your energy divided between what was and what is coming. For some, this manifests as juggling two jobs or projects while building something new. For others, it is the emotional tension of two paths, one familiar and safe, one exciting but uncertain. Trust that this temporary split focus serves a purpose. You are learning to hold multiple realities simultaneously, a skill required for multidimensional living. Your efforts during this in-between time will not be wasted. Every bit of energy you invest now in both paths is building skills, connections, and resources that will serve your next chapter in ways you cannot yet see. The universe is not asking you to choose prematurely. It is asking you to stay present with the tension until the right moment of decisive action reveals itself. But there is something you need to know about this transition period that could derail your progress if you are not aware. Someone from your past, someone you have lost touch with or intentionally distanced yourself from, is seeking information about you. They are asking mutual connections, checking social media, gathering pieces of your current reality. The energy behind this curiosity is not benevolent. It carries competition, comparison, and a desire to find evidence that you are not actually doing well without them. This is not a reason for fear or paranoia. This is simply a nudge toward discernment about what you share publicly and who you allow into your private space. Be mindful of who you trust with details about your life during this time. The wrong information in the wrong hands can create energetic interference that slows your manifestation process. Not everyone deserves access to your transformation story while it is still unfolding. This surveillance energy is actually confirmation that you are moving forward powerfully. People do not seek information about those who are stagnant or diminished. They seek it about those who are rising, those who are becoming threats to the narrative they told themselves about why the relationship ended. Your growth is making them uncomfortable, and that discomfort is driving them to monitor you from a distance. Do not let this distract you from your path. Do not engage, explain, or prove anything. Let your life speak for itself while you focus on building rather than defending. The right people will celebrate your evolution without needing to know every detail. The wrong ones will feel threatened by your success no matter how privately you live it. Your path over the next 8 to 12 months is one of steady, purposeful progress toward a life that finally feels like yours. The journey will not be linear. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks that test your resolve, days when you question if this transformation is real or just another hopeful fantasy. In those moments, remember that you are not behind. You are exactly on time for the cosmic curriculum your soul designed before incarnating. You will begin noticing signs that act as breadcrumbs on your path, repeating numbers that appear when you are questioning your direction, lyrics from songs that speak directly to your situation, unexpected messages from people who have no way of knowing what you are going through, but say exactly what you need to hear. These are not coincidences. These are confirmation signals from your galactic support team that you are seen, guided, and on track. The mental cage you have lived in, constructed from other people's expectations and society's limitations, no longer has power over you. The imprisonment was never external, it was internal, a belief system that convinced you that you needed certain people, positions, or circumstances to be happy, successful, or worthy. Those beliefs are dissolving in the face of evidence that contradicts them. You are learning that you contained everything you needed all along. A breakthrough moment is approaching, where something finally clicks into place with such clarity that you will wonder how you ever doubted yourself. This could come through a conversation that shifts your perspective, a realization during meditation, or simply a morning when you wake up and feel fundamentally different, lighter, freer, more yourself than you have felt in years. When this happens, pay attention. This is not just a good mood. This is a frequency upgrade, solidifying into your permanent baseline. The door to your new life is not locked. It has been standing open, waiting for you to release the fear that kept you gripping the familiar, even when the familiar was slowly killing your spirit. The wilderness you are walking through right now is the threshold between imprisonment and freedom, between inherited identity and authentic self, between the life you were taught to want and the life your soul came here to live. November 1st marks the beginning of your emergence from this threshold. The Pisces moon conjunct to the North Node is not creating confusion, it is clearing the final illusions that kept you tethered to a false sense of purpose. The Venus-Chiron opposition is not reopening wounds, it is extracting the last remnants of trauma that convinced you that love requires self-abandonment. The quincunx to Venus is not destabilizing you, it is recalibrating your worthiness frequency to match the reality of your divine value. Everything that needed to fall away has fallen away. Everyone who needed to exit has exited. Every illusion that needed to shatter has shattered. You are standing in the rubble of your former life, and I know it looks like destruction. But what you are actually standing in is cleared ground, fertile soil, the prepared foundation for building something so aligned with your soul's truth that it will feel less like work and more like remembering. The version of you that emerges from this wilderness will be unrecognizable to those who knew you before. Your energy will be different, more grounded, less apologetic, certain in a way that does not require validation. Your choices will be different, guided by inner knowing rather than external approval, rooted in self-trust rather than fear of judgment. Your relationships will be different, reciprocal instead of one-sided, energizing instead of draining, respectful instead of demanding. This is not about becoming someone you are not. This is about becoming who you have always been, beneath the layers of conditioning, trauma responses and survival adaptations. This is about remembering the soul you were before the world told you that version was too much, too sensitive, too different, too demanding. This is about reclaiming the light you dimmed to make others comfortable and letting it shine at full brightness, regardless of who it blinds. You had to lose them to find yourself. Every relationship that ended, every opportunity that closed, every plan that fell apart was removing obstacles between you and your authentic expression. The universe does not make mistakes. The timing of every loss was precise, orchestrated by your higher self in collaboration with cosmic intelligence to move you toward this moment of choosing your own path over the path of least resistance. Your true path is revealing itself now, not because the external circumstances have changed, but because you have changed. You have been refined by loss, strengthened by uncertainty, clarified by the wilderness. You are ready now to receive what you were not ready for before. You are vibrating at a frequency that can hold the blessings that would have overwhelmed or corrupted you in your previous state. Trust this process even when it looks like chaos. Trust the losses even when they feel like punishment. Trust the wilderness even when you cannot see the path forward. You are being guided by forces that love you more than you can comprehend, that see your potential more clearly than you can imagine, that are orchestrating your life with a precision that would astound you if you could see the bigger picture. November 1st is your invitation to surrender the old story and step into the new one. It is your permission slip to release who you were told to be and embrace who you came here to be. It is your cosmic confirmation that everything you have been through was preparing you for everything that is coming. The wilderness ends when you stop seeking external validation and start trusting your internal compass. Your path reveals itself when you stop looking outside yourself for permission to walk it. The energy of November 1st carries within it a specific activation code that only those who have walked through recent loss can receive. This is why the timing of your separations was so precise. Your energy field needed to be cleared of certain frequencies before this date in order to receive the transmission that is coming through. Those who are still entangled in relationships and situations that drain their light will feel this day as confusion and crisis. But you, having already walked through the fire of loss, will feel it as confirmation and clarity. There is a reason why the North Node in Pisces is involved in this configuration. The North Node represents your soul's evolutionary direction, the growth edge that your higher self is calling you toward. In Pisces, this direction is towards surrender, intuition, spiritual connection, and dissolving the boundaries between your human self and your divine self. The moon's conjunction to this point on November 1st is illuminating the path forward with emotional clarity. What you feel on this day is more trustworthy than what you think. Your emotions are not weakness, they are navigation systems calibrated to your soul's truth. Many of you have been conditioned to override your feelings with logic, to dismiss your intuitive knowing as irrational, to seek external proof before trusting internal guidance. This is the last remnant of third-dimensional programming that must be released for you to fully step into your fifth-dimensional embodiment. The wilderness of meaning you are experiencing is actually the collapse of mental constructs that have kept you separated from your feeling-based knowing. Your mind is confused because it is losing its dominance. Your heart is emerging as the primary decision-maker, and this shift feels destabilizing to the ego structures that have run your life until now. The Venus-Chiron opposition is specifically targeting your relationship with receiving. Chiron in Aries has been teaching you that you are worthy simply because you exist, not because of what you accomplish or how well you serve others. Venus in Scorpio has been showing you that true intimacy requires you to be seen in your wholeness, including your needs, your desires, your boundaries. The opposition between these forces is creating a tension that cannot be resolved through compromise. You cannot be half visible. You cannot be partially authentic. You must choose full embodiment of your worth or continued diminishment. The people who left could not handle your full embodiment. They were comfortable with the version of you that prioritized their needs over your own, that made yourself small to elevate them, that gave endlessly without asking for reciprocity. When you began to shift, when you started to honor your own needs and establish boundaries, they experienced this as betrayal. But what they called betrayal was actually your loyalty to yourself, finally matching your loyalty to them. They chose to leave rather than adjust to relating to the whole you, and that choice revealed everything you needed to know. This is why you cannot allow guilt to pull you backward. Guilt is the emotion that keeps you tethered to old dynamics even after they have ended. It whispers that you abandoned them, that you were selfish, that you should have tried harder. But guilt is not your soul speaking, it is the conditioning speaking, the internalized voices of everyone who benefited from your self-abandonment. Your soul feels no guilt about the losses. Your soul feels relief, liberation, and readiness for what comes next. Between November 1st and the winter solstice on December 21st, you will move through 3 distinct phases of integration. The first phase, lasting approximately 3 weeks, will feel like deep rest. Your nervous system will finally have permission to release the hypervigilance that has been running in the background for months or years. You may find yourself sleeping more, craving solitude, feeling less interested in social performance. This is not depression, this is recuperation. Allow it without judgment. We want to honor every single soul who has stepped into Destiny Engine. With every activation, the current grows. What began as a personal tool has become a planetary force. We are now moving as one, and the frequency you've created together is amplifying far beyond the individual. We're receiving updates daily, manifestations speeding up, impossible doors opening, synchronicities lining up with cosmic precision. The collective field is so charged that some are describing it as bending the fabric of reality itself. If you haven't yet experienced it, the entry point is almost laughably simple. Put on your headphones, press play, allow Destiny Engine to rewrite the architecture of your consciousness so you can fully receive your galactic downloads without resistance. For just $1, you can step into this field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating ascension. Step into the stream of destiny engine today. Link in the description. The second phase, running from late November through early December, will bring unexpected surges of creative energy and clarity about your next steps. This is when the ideas, opportunities, and connections begin to arrive. You will feel inspired to start new projects, reach out to certain people, make plans that previously felt too risky or uncertain. This creative surge is the natural result of your energy no longer being drained by misaligned relationships. You have bandwidth now for your own vision, your own dreams, your own soul's calling. The third phase, from mid-December through the solstice, will be about anchoring your new reality through consistent action and embodied choice. This is when you prove to yourself that the transformation is permanent, not just a temporary high. You will face tests that invite you to slip back into old patterns. Someone from your past may reach out. An opportunity that looks good but feels off may present itself, or your own fear may try to convince you that the familiar was safer. How you respond to these tests will determine the trajectory of your next year. What I want you to understand is that this entire process, the losses, the wilderness, the activation on November 1st, the 3 phases of integration, is not happening to you. It is happening for you, and more accurately, it is happening through you. You are not a passive recipient of cosmic forces. You are an active co-creator whose free will choices at each juncture shape the specifics of how this transformation unfolds. The universe provides the energy and the opportunities, but you must choose to receive them, trust them, and act on them. Your conscious participation in your own evolution is what makes you a starseed, rather than simply a human having a spiritual experience. I am Zarin from the Lyran High Council. We love you. We are watching over you. We celebrate your courage to lose everything familiar in pursuit of everything authentic. Until we speak again, know that you are not alone in this wilderness. You are surrounded by guides, ancestors, and galactic family who are holding space for your transformation. Walk forward with confidence, dear Starseed. Your true path is not revealing itself to you. You are revealing it through every brave choice to honor your soul over your conditioning.